I'm not going to give Terry any warning today on today's John's Briefs of what we are going to talk about, but it is a controversial topic. I'm sure it's going to engender some discussion, but today let's talk about private citizen use of deadly force against a fleeing felon. Now more than ever, you need trusted coverage to help you win the fight after the fight. The company I trust and recommend is Firearms Legal Protection. They offer discounts on all their plans at the link in the description. I recommend the premium plan. All right, as always, my friend Terry Johnson from Firearms Legal Protection with us. And Terry, we talk about this in law enforcement circles all the time, right? We talk about Graham versus Connor. We talk about, Tennessee versus Garner and the objective reasonableness standard. But these are civil cases dealing with cops.
Yes.
They got nothing to do with private citizens.
Correct.
I mean, in a technical sense, right? So, and I hear people talk about, fleeing felon. I can shoot a fleeing felon if because they're in the flight from a felony. But what is the legality of a private citizen using deadly force against a fleeing felon?
I think the key word in there is fleeing.
Okay.
So if we look at a situation when can you use lethal force?
Yeah, I think we always say that, generally speaking, we reserve the use of deadly force. And we say that a private citizen can only do so in self-defense.
Correct.
Or defense of a third party.
So if this bad guy is fleeing, running away, I've committed the crime, I'm running down the street, I can't in my head think of a reason why I get to shoot that person or someone else does. Now, a police officer, as we know, based upon case law and things that have come down from the United States Supreme Court, we talk about why they can, because it could be a threat to the public. Right. Because a police officer is entrusted to handle those things and protect the public. We as citizens are entrusted to handle ourselves. And if someone else is in danger, possibly step into their shoes and defend them. But in a situation where someone is fleeing, we don't know what they're going to do. Just because they did a robbery here doesn't mean they're running down the street to do a robbery at the next door or on the next person. It's never a good idea. Let the police do their job. Be a good witness. Tell the police what they look like. He ran over that way. He's in a maroon shirt, khaki pants, and just tell them that.
And I know there's going to be some discussion here for people in the comments about Texas Penal Code 9.42 and 9.43, that they're going to say, oh, wait a minute, it's cool to shoot somebody who is committing theft during the nighttime in the state of Texas, or if they are absconding with property that cannot be otherwise
replaced. Right. Now, that is a very
unique statute.
Unique statute. And here's the other part about that. That again is a justification. If you go back to some of the other videos that John and I have done, you still have got to A, admit that you've done it, and B, more importantly, you're going to have to explain why you did it. And here's the bigger part. You're going to have to explain to somebody in your state that, again, I don't know exactly where you would be in Texas, who may look at that and say, you know what? They didn't have to shoot that person.
Yeah, that's that preclusion and reasonableness problem, right? So, I get it. All the stuff that we have in case law, all the stuff that we have in appellate law is all dealt with law enforcement, okay? And as a defensive trainer, I just recommend never would you think about using deadly force against a fleeing felon. Let them go, because you're exposing yourself to a huge liability in order basically to punish somebody for what they already did.
And here's the other thing. We had something a couple of years ago in Detroit where it was a staged robbery of a gas station.
Wow.
There was a film crew there. No one really saw the crew. And this guy was attempting to, what appeared to be robbing someone, okay? A police officer shows up and, cut, stop, But what would have happened if that had been a private citizen?
Yeah.
And now it's like, oh my God, I didn't mean to do it. You may be justified, but I'm going to go back to a lot of things that you teach. What about, can you live with yourself, and what about the morality of that?
Yeah. Yeah, and I really think this is a bad idea to do, right? So even if you have the right to do so, I would just say it's exposes you to so many dangers that I wouldn't recommend it. And again, as a private citizen, you're going to get a different level of scrutiny because you don't have the public to protect. We haven't put that duty on you.
Right. And as I always say, you know, if they're coming at you, it's okay to shoot. If they're going away from you, it's not okay to shoot.
There it is. I think it's a big thing. Terry, appreciate the discussion.
Thank you.